So hey gems, y'all know either I'm gonna be really productive and make a lot of videos, or I'm gonna be non-productive and make one video or no videos at all. So make sure y'all like this video. That's first off. I'm about to tell y'all about my second week as an Uber Eats driver. I understand where people are coming from when they say Uber Eats is not worth it, because unless you put a lot of time, as in a lot of hours in it, you're not going to see that much money. Initially, I wasn't making more than probably like $10 a day, but that's because I wasn't doing a lot of rides. When I did start to do a lot of rides, maybe like 15 in a day, I did see about $60. That's 60 divided by 15 is $4. So basically I made about $4 per trip. I feel like it's very aggravating to only make, on average, $4 after you completed 15 trips, especially at McDonald's. I should have a whole rant about just Uber Eats at McDonald's is horrible. But it's when you're on the app and you're online, you don't know where the restaurant is. So when you click accept, you really don't know where the restaurant is located until you click accept and it tells you. But before then, you don't know. If I knew, I would just say no McDonald's trips, because McDonald's is horrible. That is going to be for a later rant or whatever. So back to the Uber Eats. I did make way more money this week compared to last week, and that's because when you sign up with somebody's code, I think after you do 30 trips, after I did my 30 trips, I received $100 from it. And I don't know, I don't remember whose code I signed up with, but it was just, I don't remember whose code I signed up with, but I signed up with somebody's code and I got $100, and I think they got $100. So y'all, make sure y'all sign up with my code. Right now they're doing about, one person that signed up with my code is getting 175 and I get 175. The other person is getting 150, I believe, or 125, but I'll leave it right here, the screenshot right here, if I remember. Hopefully I remember. As long as you sign up and do the amount of rides they ask you to do, you will get the money. We both will get the money. So that's lit, y'all. It's really lit. Because when I got $100, I was like, thank God. I'm not going to do no more Uber Eats for the week. I'm tired of this. Like, no. So, yeah. I feel as though Uber Eats is very slow at times. It depends on where you are. Because I'm not going to tell, because the Atlanta people that's watching this, y'all don't need to know where I be at. Because y'all going to be trying to take my Uber Eats little area. Even though it's not my area, just by myself. But you know, like, I don't want everybody in that area, then I don't get no Uber Eats money from over there. But I'm gonna just tell y'all the worst place to be at. The worst place to do Uber Eats is downtown Atlanta. Midtown and Buckhead, they're okay. I think Buckhead, you get a lot of money. Like, usually you get a lot of tips. If you're nice, you get a lot of tips. But the downtown area is horrible. Y'all know, if y'all live in Atlanta, downtown is usually no parking. So unless you're riding around with someone else, downtown is not the place you want to be. And then, you know, you get paid on the miles. And I think it's about 79 cents for every mile you travel in downtown Atlanta. Everything is close together. So really the person that ordered it can really walk to go get their food. But when I stayed downtown, I didn't like to walk to get my food either. So I used Uber Eats sometimes. So I understand it really. I really do understand it. But at the same time, it's like when you downtown, you got to do at least about 10 trips to make, I'm gonna say, I think the minimum, I believe the least I've ever made was about $235. So just $235 times 10, so about $20. It's not for me. I would not drive downtown. And I hate, when I did go downtown, they took me on County Road picking up a meal to take it on Moreland. And after I took it to Moreland, I tried to go offline real quick and be slick and go in another location because I didn't want to go downtown. But I didn't turn it off quick enough, and Moreland Ave is literally about less than 5 minutes away from downtown. So my next meal said 5 minutes. I don't like my acceptance rate to be low, because when your acceptance rate is low, they usually don't ask you first for the meal, which is something I read about. At the time, my acceptance rate was at 100%. And when I got to downtown, I clicked accept, but luckily I had my friend in the car. So my friend was able to get the food for me while I stay in the car and have my hazard lights on. But if my friend wasn't with me, I was not going to be able to get that food. And on that trip, I made about $2. So it's a no for me. So I tried to be slick, and after that, another meal came up about 2 minutes after that while I was trying to go to another location that's not downtown. After I quickly turned my phone on airplane mode, I turned it off again and I went offline. So once I checked my acceptance rate after that, my acceptance rate went to 60%. How did my acceptance rate go to 60% after 100%? Because I didn't go to one meal? I do not know. I would think that it would go to like 95 or 90%, but why did it go to 60%? I'm not sure. If you know why and you are an Uber Eats driver, let me know. I just feel as though I really do hate going downtown because downtown has barely any parking. If you're parking, you're going to risk your car either getting towed, booted, or ticketed. And I'm not about to risk any of that to get someone's food, even though I will make sure their food is properly handled and correctly ordered, because I would be upset if I order from Uber Eats and my meal is not right, because me being who I am, a picky person, I'm not going to eat it if it's not the way I expect it. I understand, like, I make sure people's food is correct before I take it, but at the same time, being downtown, it's not worth it. You're not doing everything that you do. You're not going to get paid the amount that you should for it, because they don't pay you for the waiting time. I think for actual Uber, they pay you for the wait time, but for Uber Eats, you don't get paid for the amount of time that you waited. You don't get paid. They take 25% out, I believe, 25 to 35% out of the trip that you made. And a lot of times, I don't like their maps. Their maps is worse than Waze. I use Waze to let me know if the police is in the area, because y'all know I get a lot of tickets. Let me knock on wood. I don't need no more tickets. But I used to get a lot of tickets, so I use the Waze app. The Waze app, I don't use it as navigation. I just use it to notify me if the police is around. So with the Uber Eats app, it's not as virtual as the maps on your iPhone. So, well, if you have an iPhone, it's not as virtual as that. So me personally, I don't like to use the Uber Eats app. I'll just get the location and put it in my phone, or if I have someone in the car with me, I'll put it in their phone, because it's not virtual. Like, it's not very hands-on. I usually always miss the street that I'm supposed to go on because it doesn't look like it's coming up. It looks like it's probably 2 more streets over, but really it's that street, and I was supposed to turn right, but I ended up keeping straight. So now I gotta go back. So yeah, personally, I don't like using their maps or whatever, because like I said, it's not virtual. What else do I not like about it? Okay, so usually I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, because I don't like when people call my phone, even though that's what a phone is for, I guess. But I usually don't like to get notifications, so I keep my phone on Do Not Disturb. I feel as though Uber Eats should still override. They should ask you, are you okay with being the notifications overriding your Do Not Disturb? But obviously they don't do that, so I had to turn my Do Not Disturb off. But if you get a phone call, my Uber Eats app does not work when I'm getting a phone call. So I try to avoid getting phone calls, but at the same time, my phone is not on Do Not Disturb. And if it is on Do Not Disturb, I won't get the notification that I have a incoming meal to do. So it's like a lose-lose situation. So when I do keep my phone off Do Not Disturb, I get the notification that a meal is coming. But really, you have to be really looking at your phone, which is also a hazard when you're driving. So I'm looking at my phone while also driving and trying to make sure that I don't miss a meal. But at the same time, if somebody called me, then it's a meal coming through while I'm on the phone, or like, I'll call you back or something like that. I just missed the whole meal and my acceptance rate will go down. But usually I pay attention and my acceptance rates goes up, and I'm still at 100%. Well, I brought it back to 100%. I do feel like Uber Eats is a good second job. It may put a lot of stress on your car if your car is not in good shape, but I don't know. I personally like the rides that have a lot of miles, like far miles from the restaurant, because that's the more money you make. But at the same time, you gotta pay for your own gas. I don't think it's horrible, but at the same time, no, I don't think it's horrible, honestly, because you can go online and offline whenever you want. You don't have to do it. So when people complain about it, I just be like, why are you complaining? Just go offline. I mean, I'm complaining because I don't like being downtown, and I try to go offline and be slick and not have to do no downtown trips. But other than that, I ain't got nothing to complain about. I don't think it's really that bad on cars, to be honest, because it really don't be that many miles. That's why you don't get paid a lot. Maybe if you go somewhere like further out from the city, it'll be a little bit more miles, because the restaurant will be further away from the home area because, you know, businesses and residential. But downtown is like, it's a business right here and it's residential on top of that business. So that's why it's more so not getting paid a lot. But overall, I do like Uber Eats. This is only my second week driving for Uber Eats. So as time goes by, I can give a more vivid description on how I feel about it. But the money is good if you actually put in the time. It takes a lot of hours. Like, my actual job pays way more than Uber Eats. But you can't just go to your job whenever you feel like it. So Uber Eats is my second job, basically. Overall, it is a cool little second job, little side job. Make sure y'all sign up with my code, because if you sign up with my code, we can both get paid. So it's lit. And no, this is not a sponsored video. Uber Eats can sponsor me. That would be lit. Like, lit. But they don't sponsor me. They offer this to everyone. So once you sign up with my code, you do your 30 trips, have somebody sign up with your code, y'all can get $150 each, or $100 or $175, whichever one they offering at the moment. So y'all just make sure y'all sign up with my code. Y'all can have somebody sign up with y'all code later, or you can tell somebody to sign up with my code and it's lit. Just let me know. And if y'all have any comments or any opinions about Uber Eats or anything to that nature, leave them in the comments area below. I would love to hear about it. And make sure y'all give us a big thumbs up. Make sure y'all subscribe and like this video. See you guys later.
Shout out my mucus. Can you know that be my slime? Shout out my mucus. That be my slime. That be my slime. What? Hey, okay. Naruto 9 tail, I feel like a Gucci ad lib. Burr, colder than Coca-Cola,